Getting fired from your high-paying job? Finding that Christmas is about giving back? And no matter where you go, the stars will guide you home. It's all happening here at AfterBuzz TV. Stay tuned.
You're tuning in to AfterBuzz TV's The Christmas 24/7 channel, keeping the spirit of Christmas 24/7. Give, forgive, be merry.
Hello.
How about that for an opening?
I know. It's like, okay. Happy holidays, everyone. Welcome, AfterBuzzers and Hallmarkies, to the Countdown to Christmas After Show. I'm your host, Chelsie Overocker, and tonight we'll be talking about Christmas Under the Stars. And joined by me is my lovely panel. Over to my left, I have Princess here.
Hello, guys. I'm happy to be back. I missed y'all.
Well, we missed you and your reindeer antlers.
I love those.
Thank you. Dollar Tree.
You just love Christmas because you have a spreadsheet already for your Christmas. How's that going, by the way?
It's going swell. I went shopping this weekend and got a lot of great deals. So I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm ready for Black Friday. I'm just ready to continue to list.
She has it all planned out. Good for you, Princess.
Thanks.
And right next to Princess, we have Haley J.
Hi, guys. Merry Christmas. We have, 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, so
yes,
we're actually really getting close now.
We are. Now, not only do you love Christmas, but you were a longtime believer of the Santa Claus.
Absolutely. That was a hard day.
It was.
When I
It's tragic.
found out some facts.
Do you still
It's
see
okay.
the Santa Claus, though, at the malls, though? Like on Black Friday?
It's weird now to sit on their lap, but I still respect it. I like to see it,
Oh, my God.
I kind of just stand by the fence now. I don't exactly, do what I did when I was a child, but I love the spirit of it all, and the kids get excited, so yes.
Yes, okay, so cute. Well, for tonight, we'll be breaking down the movie by discussing it, giving our thoughts, and then we have our Hallmark Essential Checklist. We create a checklist that we feel like every Hallmark follows, and we'll see if this movie does the same thing. And then we have Gift Giving with Haley, and yes, 2 weeks till Black Friday, so you guys are going to want to pay attention to what Haley has to say, because she could be saving you some money.
And a lot of these gifts you can get online, so maybe save yourself the hassle.
Also, guys, I don't think it's 2 weeks. I think it's 1 week in a few
Is
days.
it 1 week? Oh,
Yeah,
you're
'cause
right.
Next Thursday is Thanksgiving.
No, it's not.
No, the one after
It's
that.
yeah, it's 2 weeks. Yeah, it's.
Sure.
I'm checking my calendar right now.
I don't know about that.
Positive.
Because this
1000%.
Sunday is my flight. This coming Sunday.
We'll figure out those details.
Okay, yeah,
week and
it's
it's
a
coming
week.
soon regardless.
You're right. You're
It's a
right.
week.
Because this. Okay.
Don't give them false hope.
I'm
It's
so
a
sorry.
week.
It's a week. You're right. Thank goodness. See, this is perfect. She has the spreadsheet.
I just don't want y'all to miss the sales.
I know. That's true. Because this week we're going into the 22nd and the 23rd. Where did November go?
Girl.
Okay.
Anyway.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, let's get into this movie. Shall we break it down, you guys?
We
Yes.
shall.
Okay. What was your overall thoughts?
I know what my favorite moment was. I was telling you guys before, that feminine power move. Julie asking Nick to dinner first. I liked that. So that was my standout moment. And of course, I was excited to see John Tucker Must Die himself back in a Hallmark movie. I can't lie. That makes me a little bit more invested when you have a character that you know already. I'm sure a lot of you guys recognize him too. What about you?
Kind of going back to the power feminine moment. I love the fact that she was a single foster mom.
That was
I have a friend who's fostering to adopt. She's also a single mom. And I just love seeing that depicted on screen. It's such a joy to bring a little one into your life and to see a woman go from just being the single woman to becoming a mom and just watching that process. So it was really cool to see it in the movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I agree with you all. Jesse Metcalf, so happy to see him on screen. Even with Autumn Reeser, because they've been in a Hallmark movie before too. It's called A Country Wedding. It came out a couple years ago, so I was so stoked to see them back on screen together because I feel like they work so well.
Must be fun for them too to kind of come together, rekindle after a few years and work together.
Oh yeah, and they have such great on-screen chemistry too.
They did.
So, because they play two different characters compared to A Country Wedding, and they can act in whatever situation they have. So
That's what always
Seen
stood
them
out
in.
to me as someone being a good actor is when they can play, two completely different roles and your mind isn't still associated with that previous character. When you
Yes.
fully are engaged and believe the new storyline, that's where I'm like, you're a good actor.
Yeah, I agree. So did you guys like this storyline? Because Princess, you touched on how it's a twist. The whole time I was thinking that Julie was Matt's mom, but it turned out she was just fostering. And you guys like that, how Hallmark did something a little bit different? Because they touch on that. And I thought that's really cool to bring that into it.
Well, I mean, she adopted him though, right? I thought she did legally adopt.
I remember her talking about fostering, but
I thought she said she fostered him and then she made some joke about how she messed up and fell in love with the first child that she brought in or something.
I think that was Matt.
But didn't she then adopt him when she fell in love with him, I thought?
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
So she probably did then.
Yeah.
Because I still took it as like she is his mom, just maybe not blood, but I still saw
Oh,
her
yeah,
as.
definitely. Yeah, absolutely. Because she calls, like she thinks of Matt as her son. So, and I like, one thing I'm seeing with the pattern with these Hallmark movies, especially for this year, is that whenever two couples are trying to get into a relationship, they always put the kid first. They did that in a couple movies that we touched on, and that's what Nick did with Julie and Matt. So, and it was great because on the first date, that's when Matt said, well, it's our tree lighting, it's tradition, you guys didn't forget about it. And then Nick covers up saying, oh, of course, we're going to join you. We're going to get pizza and we're all going to do this together. And I think that's really what sparked it for Julie.
Right.
Was, okay, so he's understanding. And it was just a really quick turnaround because I thought with Nick's character, he was this high profile guy, and I thought, okay, it's gonna take him a while to get into the Christmas spirit, but he kind of jumped right in. Like, it was just one scene where he was at the tree lot and he's like, no, I don't want to do this, and the next day he comes back saying, okay, I'm gonna take this job. Were you guys shocked about the quick turnaround?
Well, I think the underlying message of him as a character was that this life was never what he necessarily wanted. He was always seeking approval from his father.
Yes.
And so I think when he got to escape it, that felt so natural because this is what he really wanted to do. He didn't want to be this high profile man. He was just, seeking a relationship with his dad the whole time. And that was the way he thought he could do it. So I was happy to see how quickly he did jump in.
Yeah, I think to your point, it was always there. It was just a matter of something bringing it out of him. And like you said, the first opportunity he had to go ahead and be, I think, fully himself, he was able to do that. So it didn't really surprise me. I felt like that's who he is.
It spoke to his character, too, when you think of a lot of people that do have a high-profile title are most likely not going to take a tree lot job. But he was in a position realizing he needed to make money, and he took it. And I really respected him from that moment. I saw him do that.
Yeah. And then towards the end, we got to see the relationship between Nick and his dad. And his dad was really understanding because in some Hallmark movies, I feel like the parent could be a little challenging.
Yeah.
But the dad was like, don't be ashamed that you took this tree lot job. He's like, I felt like you growing up, the only thing I could surround you was just working hard and getting money. So he's like, I like the fact that you were able to look beyond that because really they grew up with the Christmas family until their mom passed away.
I think that speaks to my takeaway message, my learning from this movie was just the importance of sometimes we make assumptions and we think, oh, this person is going to reject me or this situation or that situation. We just have things already played out in our mind. But how important it is just to step out and try and say what's really on our heart anyway, because you really never know. Take that risk. Be open, be honest, be yourself, and you'd be surprised how receptive people can be.
Yeah. Another takeaway was don't be afraid to ask for help, even with Clem. He loved helping Nick because he knew that he needed a job and he just looked lost. He loved helping Julie when she lost her grandpa. So, I'm sorry, when she lost her dad. So I think with Clem, though, he had a hard time accepting favors. Did you guys feel the same way too? Like when he hurt himself and he fell in the trailer and he had a hard time letting go of the lot because of his wife that passed away. And, Julie wanted to help him, Nick wanted to help him. And, I feel like he was just kind of pushing people away. So it's so interesting that he loved helping other people, but he had a hard time accepting help for himself.
Yeah, I think that speaks on a message that a lot of us struggle with, where we can give this advice so we can't take it ourselves. So I think that was the way he filled a void. And we saw at the end where he does come around and accepts the help to stay at Nick's home when he's offered. So yeah, I think that's just it's a normal thing we see where people kind of they can preach it, but they can't practice it.
Yeah.
Until the end.
That definitely resonated with me, because obviously we all go through that, like you said, and this is a time of the year where it really is about giving, but sometimes I feel like the most giving thing you can do is to actually receive something, which I think sounds weird, but sometimes you have to let people bless you. You have to let people help you. Let people in. And there are other people who want to help you. So let them help you, because that gives them joy.
Yeah, well, that's kind of, in a way, giving them a gift, knowing you can bring someone joy.
By letting them gift something
like
to
you. Want that feeling, you realize that someone else wants that feeling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
that's how I knew I was getting older, when I actually was more genuinely excited watching people open the gifts I gave them than the gifts I had myself. That was like you're maturing moment for me, where it's like I'm more excited to see the smiles on other people's faces, regardless of what's on my list of things that I don't actually need. It's like cool
and
moment.
I felt like the Christmas gifts that they gave each other at the end of the movie was the best. Julie was able to keep the lot for Clem. And then with Nick, he accepted that job that's going to help Julie get out of debt with the whole medical system that was messed up.
And bringing her to light right in front of the woman who just hired him, saying she's my reason why, she's my inspiration, I think really proved to her that I don't care how much you want to hate the cheesy stuff, and probably me more than any of you guys in that category, but I think there's something really sweet when the guy or your significant other shines light on you publicly because they're proud, and I think that was a really cool moment for her to experience.
Yeah, and I liked how Julie helped the student in her honor society class that was always running late, and she took the time as a teacher to figure out why is this student not being the best potential that she could be. So she went over to the house and was able to see, okay, she's kind of in a rough life with her mom just having a baby and the stepfather being in the picture. And I thought that was really cool to see that. Because with Hallmark, I feel like sometimes they always shine like the perfect situations. And I felt like with this movie, they kind of showed real stuff that people go through.
Mm-hmm. That's a really good point. Yeah, we do see a lot of kind of cookie cutter perfect families. So it's nice to bring realness to the situation that not everyone's life looks like that. Yeah, actually, probably no one's life looks like that.
And different types of families, like going back to fostering to adopt, it's a very real thing. And I'm happy to see that it's displayed on television that you can love someone that is not a child, that is not biologically your own. I'm all about that. So.
And in the spirit of Christmas, it's supposed to bring people together, whether you are with actual blood family members or your best friends. The idea is coming together.
Yeah. I agree.
This is a good one. I liked this movie.
Me too. And I liked, he touched on this a little bit, Haley, but woman making the first move.
Yes,
like Julie was the one to ask Nick out to dinner. You didn't have to wait for Nick to be the one to approach her. And when Julie was asking Clem, trying to get some ideas, like, okay, what's this? What's Nick about? Clem is like, I don't know. Maybe you should go ask him.
Right? You know what I noticed that was different in this movie too? A lot of times we see the characters pushing away when another character calls them out for liking someone. But when Clem said to Nick, you really like this girl, he completely owned it and said, yes, I really do like her. And I thought that was kind of rare because, right, we normally see some pushback with the characters.
Yeah.
So I liked their boldness in this one.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Knowing what you want and just not being afraid to own your truth.
Yeah, it's funny how many people do deny liking someone. I guess that comes from fear of not being liked back, but
it does.
It's weird when you think about it.
Well, really quick, that will lead into our Hallmark Essential Checklist. But before we break down that list, we have a special message for you AfterBuzzers.
We do. So, obviously, we're watching these movies together, but before we move on to the next topic, we want to say thank you because you are making us the ESPN of TV talk But to continue to grow and cover all these Hallmark movies with you, we're going to need your help. So if you could please rate a 5-star review for the shows, keep watching. We are new to the Christmas 24/7 channel. So please subscribe, tell your friends that all your Christmas AfterBuzz is going to be on this channel. And no matter where you are, leave us a comment so you can get involved in the conversation. Being a part of AfterBuzz TV means so much to us. We really appreciate your support, honestly. We wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. So don't forget to tell your friends and keep enjoying our Christmas shows.
Thank you, Haley. So you guys mentioned denial of the relationship. That is the first thing on our essential checklist. So it goes denial, a family influence, deadline, attempted first kiss, one character successful, amazing Christmas decorations, conflict, and a happy ending. So the first one, denial of the relationship. We didn't really see that in this one.
We broke the mold a little bit with this one.
I'm glad. Yeah, because Julie confronted her feelings and Nick didn't really hide it. I just think when there was some conflict in it, that's when Julie pushed back a little bit and just said, okay, I'm not going to get involved. But other than that, they were just both like honest with each other.
All in.
Yeah, which is great. A family influence, I would say that's Clem.
Yep, absolutely.
100%.
That's both.
Now, a deadline.
She had to get something done by January 1st.
Yes, so it
that's the deadline.
That's the deadline. Yes, it was for her dad's medical bills.
Right, she had to have them paid off.
Her debt. Did we have an attempted first kiss?
No.
No attempted first kiss, no.
They just nailed it with the city scene at the end.
Yeah.
One and done.
That was a really natural first kiss.
It was good.
This is me pretending this is not a movie and they have multiple takes.
That's what I'm saying. They have amazing on-screen chemistry. So shout out to Jesse and Autumn for that.
It must be so hard being you guys.
It has to be. One character successful. Julie was successful as a science teacher, but we do see Nick, the guy, struggling a little bit.
Well, he was successful.
He was,
So
but then he got
we
fired.
see his demise early on before. And, I mean, they both struggled, but yeah, that was not typical.
Not typical. Like, he had to go, for him to find the true meaning of Christmas, he had to get rid of his high-profile life, work this job, and then get into a good job that was able to benefit and help people, what he really wanted to do. So towards the end, he got successful. Yes. Amazing Christmas decorations. They worked at the tree lot, so and they're decorating.
Where did they film? I wanted to look into that because their views are beautiful.
Oh, I know.
Look that up.
There's no way that there's a way it could have been a full set, but I thought there were some really pretty scenes in particular.
Oh
in this
no,
one.
they
just got some B-roll from that, like from the
true.
city.
They could have. There are particular spots though. I'll have to look it up with Hallmark where they shoot at in their locations. But yeah, and then of course decorating the Christmas tree at Julie's place. That was cute. Conflict. Yes, we had conflict. So when Julie found out that Nick worked for the company that he invested in that is causing her to be in debt, that's when she thought, okay,
Big blowout.
big blowout there. And of course, there's always a happy ending. I'm waiting for this
part.
There cannot be a Hallmark movie without a happy ending.
It wouldn't be right.
And I think the gift giving, what we talked about earlier with what Julie gave Clem and then what Nick gave Julie and the job that he took, I think those are the best gifts because it was very sentimental, wasn't like a physical thing. And that's the true meaning of Christmas, right?
Yes. But if you guys do need gift ideas, I gotcha.
Yes, so that leads us into gift giving with Haley.
So like Chelsie said, the true meaning of Christmas is a lot more than just what you can buy someone. But if you are looking for a great gift and one that can give back to people at the same time, if you listen to podcasts, I'm sure you've heard about Rothy's, but they're actually made from water bottles. So they are carefully crafted from plastic water bottles. So you are giving back to the environment, which is really cool. And they have so many different options. They're supposed to be, I don't have a pair myself, but
They
be
look
on my Christmas list. But
comfortable.
yeah, they're apparently amazingly comfortable. People rave about these shoes. And you probably heard Meghan Markle wears them. So that could be an incentive if you're a royal family fan. But yeah, just go to Rothys.com. It's Rothys, ROTHYS.com. And you can search all the different kinds and give someone a great gift and give back to the planet at the same time.
They are a little bit steep on the price, but I feel like it's worth it.
Yeah, they're a little bit of an investment, but like I said, you can give back to the earth.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
So,
the best part.
Win-win.
Win-win. And I like the prints that they have too.
Yeah,
Because
they have
leopard is
some
so
cute
in.
ones.
Very cute. Well, that was our breakdown of Christmas Under the Stars. Before we go, Princess, do you want to give them your social media handles?
Sure. You guys can find me on Instagram at Princessctv. I'm also on Twitter at Princessctv, and Facebook I'm at Princess Carroll, 2 R's and 2 L's.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at HayJ, HAYJ_.
And you can find me on Instagram at Chelsie Overocker. That's Chelsea with an IE. And on Twitter at Chelsie Overocker. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll see you next time for the next movie that we'll break down. Bye.
Love how you say Twitter.
Twitter.
Chief Elf Officers Kevin Undergaro and Maria Menounos, Chief Spirit Officer Jeff Graham, and the entire The Christmas 24/7 channel, we would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV's The Christmas 24/7 channel. If you have questions or comments, email us at thechristmas247@gmail.com. Until next time, do your best to give, forgive, and be merry. Ho, 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 ho.